Hi, I'm David Katz of thepostgame.com, and we are joined today by Deion Branch, Super Bowl MVP. Deion, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, would it be fair to say that this is the Deion Branch Super Bowl? You've got the Patriots and the Seahawks, your two former teams.
Right. Let's just go ahead and tag it. You did.
All right, I'm going to register that one.
There you go.
So, since you've played in both organizations, can you explain what you think the major differences are between these two very successful franchises?
It's hard to say the differences, but we clearly know what the similarities are. You know, you can see the passion with both of the coaches, the ambition, the drive, the love for the game. I think that's what you can see most of the similarities. Hard to say how these guys are different. I mean, easily, the players, the characters on the teams are different. You know, that's one thing I possibly can say about.
Obviously, a lot talked about Bill Belichick and his football genius. How was he able to get the most out of you as a player?
I think the thing is they do a great job of going out getting guys that fits the mold of the team. You know, so it really didn't take a whole lot. It's just me personally going in, doing what I've been doing my entire life, and that's working hard, preparing myself to go out and do my job.
Are there any fun facts about Coach Belichick that people don't know but should?
Yes, I mean he's a personal guy. I mean we clearly know that. You know, you see him on television. He's more direct with his delivery, and then off the camera, man, he's a great guy, family guy. Loves the game, love his team, love his players. You know, just love football in general.
Great. So you and Tom Brady obviously had great chemistry over the years. You've had a lot of success. What makes that relationship so special?
I think the bond that we have off the field. You know, I think everybody just, you can only talk about what you see, but the stuff that you don't see is pretty much that's where we kind of bond. That's where the relationship is being built off the cameras, off the football field, in the locker room. Guys joking around, going out to dinner and stuff with the families.
How important is that? Because that's a very underrated part of the process. Everyone talks about the system and the relationship between, your patterns and the timing of the quarterback. But how important is the personal relationship that you and your quarterback have in terms of ultimate success?
Well, I mean, that's the key, having that continuity. All that stuff starts with, you building a trust amongst each other. And it starts with the guys, like I said, hanging out, going out to dinner, and then you start realizing the work ethic and, hey, what we're set out to do, what's the goal, what are our plans, and then you start working towards that.
So I have to ask you, a lot's been asked about Deflategate and discussed around Deflategate. What's your take on that? Is there anything there?
Well, I clearly don't see the Patriots being that type of team. Me personally knowing that I know Coach Belichick, Tom Brady, these guys are not going to jeopardize the organization, the team, and go out and do something like that when they know that this could come back and hurt the team. And that's not cool.
They also are known for innovating, and they came out with some very unique formations over the last couple of weeks that caught a few teams by surprise. Do you see those wrinkles all the time in practice, and they just wait for the right time during the year? Or is something like that something that you hadn't seen before, that was a brand new thing?
Nah, that was a norm. We practice a lot of different things, and I'm sure they're still doing the same thing now. Nothing has changed, trust me. This guy's going to do whatever it takes to win the game, clearly, and that's within the rules. Yeah. And that's Coach Belichick, that's the entire staff, and that's what it's about. The objective is to go out and win the game, whatever it takes, as long as you're doing it within the rules.
Yep. You've accomplished so much in your career. Is there anything that you have not done that you would have liked to have done or you would like to do?
Yeah, probably would have won that Super Bowl in 2012 down in Indy. That may be about it. I think every opportunity you get to have the luxury to get to a Super Bowl, you want to actually go out and win. The objective is to win the game. And unfortunately, we came up short.
Yeah.
The Giants did a great job. They were the best team that day, but we all know that they wasn't the best team going into the game. But none of that matters. It's all about the team who plays the best that day.
So talk a little bit about the new guard of wide receivers that have coming out. These guys are big, they're strong. They seem to be kind of a different makeup than in the past as this league moves more towards an offensive type system. What do you think of guys like Odell Beckham Jr. and players like that?
Man, I think my parents missed the boat, man. When I was born. But, like you're speaking of these young kids, man, it's totally different. Totally different. These guys are so big, so fast, so strong, and young. And that's what the league is turning into, but eventually it's still going to boil down to going out, executing plays, regardless of your size, your strength, your weight. It's all about going out, executing the game plan.
So you're here with TGI Fridays. What can you tell us about that relationship?
Yeah, man, I'm here to give you to invite you
You're
out.
giving me. Oh,
yes.
is that $25?
$25, man. I would love for you to come out and enjoy.
That's easy for me to say yes to.
That's good, man. Starting Sunday, the big game.
Great.
You know, we have a lot of specials going on, and happy every hour. That's the
Happy
theme.
every hour, huh?
Happy
Nice.
every hour, man. Starting Sunday, man. TGI Fridays is giving discounts, big specials on drinks and food. And if you need to know more information about it, you go on to TGIFridays.com or go on to Twitter at TGI Fridays, hashtag happy every hour.
That's fantastic. Deion, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy Super Bowl week, and we'll speak to you soon.
Hey, thank you.
Take care.